Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are gonna be flying I guess an oldie by this point, but the 777 freighter version. And we're flying once again for the virtual airline called Metroair, and specifically their freighter part of it, Metroair Logistics. And we're here at LA, the LA airport, KLAX, and we're gonna be flying up to San Francisco. So a very short flight, but I thought it would be nice to just do a short kind of 300 nautical mile flight with some nice views. But I guess the views might not be there if we look at the weather. Looks like there is some quite heavy, varied overcast. But let's see how it goes. And yeah, let's get started. Basically, not much else to do right now. I'll let me just check. Didn't I arm that? Let me keep it off for now. I'm just gonna ask for, I need to use this now because I can't use my own flight management computer yet. The hardware one I have, since I need to do the ground power, since this one shouldn't be on. If we're being honest, and I know the freighter was just released for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, so that's pretty cool. It looks very nice. An upgrade from this old bird, but I still stand tall, stay with P3D, and I think P3D still holds up fairly well. So I'm quite happy with the P3D X-Plane 12 kind of mashup that I have going on. I have enough different airplanes to fly, right? Like on my to-do list, the DC-8, the Lockheed, to fly more with those. I haven't had as much time, so I've mainly been flying the aircrafts I know more and that are easier to fly, to be honest. Let's see if we can, yeah, there we go, armed. I think we now have, so let me go and check. Yeah, now it seems to work, so that's good. Let me see, ground connections look good. We have the wheel chock sets. In terms of doors, I think we do want to open most of them. We can even open, I think, the front one, or it's maybe open already. Doesn't look like it is. But yeah, there we go, opening the cargo doors. Let's ask for some GSX boarding, maybe. We can use Aquafleet, and let's see, these should place themselves relatively nicely. Entry. There we go, now we should get it opened as well. Yeah, for the boarding. In terms of fuel and payload, we do have that in our briefing. And now I'm trying to figure out, could we download it? Could we download it here? But I'm not gonna force that. We're taking off from runway 25 right. That's relatively close to where we are. But let's not push our luck. What about documents though? Do we have? Okay, so we could get actually the... Yeah, let's have a look at that in a while. We'll do crew. In terms of our zero fuel weight, we're doing 501,600. So I'm inserting it Oh, sorry. 0 fuel. That should be payload. So 501. 501. Ah, God, I'm pressing the totally wrong button. 6. Let's see. We're quite heavy, but once we decrease the fuel quite a bit to 32,700. It should look much better. Yeah, now it looks fine. Let's see. I had the nice sounds with the startup. Totally missed that. I'm gonna put the A cars on because I always, otherwise that's one of those things you easily forget. I'll also actually do a quick look at if I have charts for these airports that we are flying today. I doubt it, but it would be nice to download. Let me see if we can. KLAX charts. Okay, I was able to find something here. How old are these? December 04. Does the airport even look the same? My God, that's some old. Yeah, that's some really old charts. But might be better than having nothing, right? Let me download those. They should at least. Have some interesting information, so I'm gonna download that. You can't see it now because I'm basically. Did we have anything here? San Francisco. No, only 28 right. Seems to be getting harder and harder to find these charts. Let me see which runway we are landing on in our briefing. That could, I'm guessing 28 left. Ah, damn it. I can only find the charts for right. Well, look at this. Did I find it now? Looks like I did. How old are these? 21. It's not too bad. Okay, good. And now we of course want to transfer them into our nice menu. I guess the way to do that is that you copy the files, and then I'm gonna guess you just go into the program files, find Lockheed Martin, prepare 3D and PMDG. They have usually something called an EFB. So they have documents library, then the different airplanes, and then they have the common one. And then you copy paste them in there. And if it now works as intended, but it could be that we would have to restart. It's not. Some of these demand, unfortunately, that you restart. Looks like this might be one of those. Not always the case, of course. But yeah, okay, so you won't have the charts in here, unfortunately. That sucks a bit, but I'll have them on a separate, on my separate touchpad. But yeah, we should put on, I'll put on beacon and nav lights just because, like I always do with this one, I'll just flick all these switches. It's very automated. I know this is not the right order to do this, but I'm just gonna do it to save some time, and these should be on as well. Okay, we have the payload set up. They are putting stuff into our cargo. That's a huge cargo. Looks to be done relatively soon. We have the A cars set up. What we can do now, we can have performance ready just so we get the takeoff. Or we can go to pilot to ADC. I'm just gonna check that we have the right settings for it. And then we will import the flight from SimBrief. And then we can do it jointly, right? So we'll go to the FMC, position in it. I think we can use the GPS one. The route, we'll do that ourselves, even though it takes a bit of time. To KSFO. And we are flying with flight number 1438. We are taking off from runway 25. 25 right. I think it's 25 right and 24 left are the usual departure runways for this airport. Summer 2. And we're gonna do stocked as the transition. In terms of the route, it's a direct to basically where the approach starts. We'll do arrivals. So we already have the approach with 28 left now, and then it's surf 4. And now I'm actually gonna do just very quickly, I'm gonna check the pilot to ADC, make sure we have summer 2 and all of that kind of set up the same, and then the star 28 left for surf, and then I want to see just if we can get the right, let me see, so if we can get the right approach, we'll do that approach. We're coming in from Eddy, so we'll do Eddy and load, and then I'll connect to the sim and I'll do the same here. I'm gonna move down this chase plane, so we'll do Eddy, route. Now we shouldn't have any discontinuities. It should be a very straightforward flight. Okay, we are connected. I'm gonna put on the radio as well. And let me see if we have there we go, clearance delivery. Should be on that. Let's file. And then let's talk to them. Let me see now, because it looks a bit weird. My pilot to ADC for some reason. It's because it's been all kind of smashed together. Metro 4003 heavy, ready to copy IFR clearance. Okay, good. As you can see, they're basically already done with the loading. We'll execute. Let me just check. We didn't do the init refs.
Metro 4003 Heavy is cleared to Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar. Climb via the Summer 2 departure.
3013, right?
Climb to 9,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure.
So there we go.
Departure on 125.2. Squawk 3013.
501.6, zero fuel. The reserves are 7.
Altimeter is 3024, ground on 121.75, Metro 4003 heavy.
34,000. And then let's see if we can find our I'm actually gonna download it as a PDF document because it's hard to read through this. Do we have any cost index? We'll just put 20. In terms of the weather, let's have a look. Looks fine, I guess. Let's have a look at windy. It's not really showing a cloud layer, so I'm wondering a bit if it's just mist or what's going on. And actually I'm gonna try to force up so we can just check that this one, oh, it's on custom weather, so live weather should be active. Don't know why it was on custom. I guess it decided to change. Yeah, but that's why you check windy, right? And now we should be getting a clear sky. Yeah, so the weather is changing. Sorry about that, guys. A bit weird. Okay. So we are almost ready. We have done the pre-clearance. I'll put this FMC to the legs. Keep this one as is. Let's see, what else do we need to do? I usually put this one up a bit. Flight directors. And let's see. Let's ask for pushbacks, we don't forget. Metro 4003 heavy, ready for pushback.
Metro 4003 heavy pushback approved.
Yeah, that's the
Pushback
KLAX.
approved, Metro 4003 heavy.
We have the runway. It's dry. Let's have a look at the weather we have. It didn't change too much. It changed a bit. But okay. So we have a few clouds. So the custom one wasn't too off at least. But it's a bit nicer looking, the weather now. Okay. In terms of wind and stuff, let's get that info. So 260 with 4. Very warm, 23 Celsius. QNH of 3024. I'll do a derated 5. Fax auto. Takeoff weight should be relatively similar. Let me just jump up so we have it 532,900 CG. Let me just check it from the payload manager. 25.4. No takeoff allowed. Why? Let me check. Why does it... Oh, it's the problem that I... Let me put this in better. I'm gonna show keyboard, maybe the problem 532. 332. Does that make any sense, or have I totally lost my mind? Max takeoff weight. This must be in... So what the hell's going on? Why is this one... Five, three, four. Maybe I did put it too much. What the hell am I? Let me see again. There it worked. Wait, let me see. So it's the derated one the problem. Okay, interesting. So if you just do takeoff without any derate, then it works. Okay. Fine, that makes sense. Interesting, very interesting. We can start putting the data in here. Let me see the thrust. Select the temp of 60. Now I'm trying to figure out it's here, right? So there's some duration. CG 25.4. I don't think it will take that. So it will be basically, let me try with 25.4, maybe it'll just take 25. We'll get a trim suggestion of 5, which does align 139, 147, 158. Let me put the winds here as well. So 26. Sorry, why doesn't the 2604? No slope. We had 23 degrees. Yeah, correct. Let me check. 139, 147, 158. Yeah, okay, that's aligned. Very nice indeed. Okay, we're basically ready, give or take. We'll do some ground connections. Sorry, we'll do the doors, is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna close all of them. Next step is to start the APU. We'll also ask for the GSX for pushback and departure. I'm gonna remove that. I'm also gonna close Discord. Just noticed that that was still running in the background. We'll be going to the left, which makes sense. Okay, they're all moving away. Stuff's starting. Let's have a look at the checklist. Oxygen, flight instruments, parking brake, supernumerary signs, MCP takeoff speeds, trim, takeoff and taxi, debriefing. Okay, good. Let's see if we have the APU yet. You should see it here on stat page. Should basically be fine. I do presume it's on now. Yeah, looks to be on. We will just disconnect the ground connections because that vehicle will otherwise crash into it. We'll do it by removing the chocks. Why does that aircraft... Oh, it's just the coloring, right? Because it has the red, so it looks weird. We'll do... Oh, this is a good question. Facing north... Facing west? No, that's south. That's more west. Facing west. Yeah. Anything else we need to do before we get going? I'll go back to menu. I'll open the airport map so we can see how close we are. We're basically just taxi a very short way. Have a look that it's clear. They'll release the parking brakes. There's a lot of traffic behind us. You can see Allegiant, United, Delta. Some United with the old Continental. American as well. Okay, we're pushing back. Let's just do all the fuel pumps as well, and then we can start with the right engine. These should be the normal. Okay, let's see, that's going up. Looking good. Fuel control to burn or run, I think is the proper name of it. So we're starting the right engine. I do think we have the immersion. Let me remove this. But I'm wondering if it is yeah, I'm gonna restart, I think, the immersion manager. Sometimes it doesn't start, basically, which sucks a lot. Okay, they did put us a bit wrong, but okay, we won't complain. I'll start the... Well, it's not that bad, we can survive. And now we have the immersion manager working, so that's good. Okay, we can do the left. See if there's any effects. Doesn't look like it, but should be nicer overall. We'll confirm a good engine's and we can hear the engine starting. It's a very lovely sound with the 777. I think one of my favorite ones. I don't know why the PMDG one gets so much hate. I do like it. I don't think it's bad. Maybe not the best, I guess, but not the worst either. They did put us correct, actually. I don't know. Or did they? Yeah, because I put west instead of east. Sorry, I was thinking runway direction. I was thinking totally the opposite. It's fine though. What we'll do is we'll just turn around here. I'm gonna ask for taxi clearance, so let's see. Metro 4003, ready to taxi.
Metro 4003 heavy taxi to runway 2.
Yeah, we'll have to turn around, but that's fine. That's fine. Alpha, Golf, Hotel, Juliet.
Taxi to runway 25 right via taxiways Alpha,
Oh, they
Golf,
want us to go back
Hotel, Juliet,
all
Bravo,
the way.
hold short runway 25 left, and runway 25 right, and runway 25 right Metro 4003.
Does the runway even go that far back? Well, I'm gonna assume it does. Let's see. Okay, before we get going, let's make sure we have TFC, weather radar. Yeah, that's on. Runway turn off, taxi. We do not need the APU anymore, so we can shut that. We can go to checklist again. Anti-ice, recall, flight controls, ground equipment. Then it's flaps, and we're gonna put the flaps into 5, sorry about that. Once we wait, I'll just check that the flight controls are at least responding in terms of ailerons, elevators, in terms of rudder. Looks very good. And it looks like we're clear to go. So that's always very good news. So I'm gonna release the parking brake. Do we have enough thrust to move? We do not seem to have enough thrust to move by our own. I'll add a bit of thrust, not much, but a teeny bit. See if that has any effect. Now it looks like we're moving, and in order to do this turn somewhat gracefully, I'm gonna turn to the right. We're doing a bit of a U-turn. It really sucks that they didn't put more effort into the clouds. This plane could, or this simulator could have been really good if they just fixed it a bit. I guess they went with a new solution for P3D version 6, but no developers really jumped on that, so. We never really got to see what it could have been capable of. And to be honest, they got a bit lazy, the developers for P3D. Didn't really rejuvenate themselves in terms of making updates and so forth. Okay, so now we're on the right path. Let's see what will happen. Hold short, runway 25 left, which makes sense. The risk is otherwise that an airplane comes in for landing. So we're just gonna move a bit further if we're going the G-turn. And not really on the middle. So interesting, it doesn't have any winglets or similar. I guess that would be a bit extra maybe. Let's actually arm the L-nav. I guess the V-nav can be armed as well. I hope.
Cross runway 25 left Metro 4003 heavy.
Okay, we got the clearance. And what you should do actually at this situation is put on all of these lights. At least that's what I think, in order to be kind of visible. I'm gonna keep them on because we're gonna be crossing another runway soon, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll brake a bit, slow down, turn to the right. Let's see how far down this runway does go. Yeah, it does go all the way. Why is this one so different looking? Or I guess it's not, but that's the landing. Or maybe it's been extended. Very interesting. Okay, let's see if we get the next hold short now. I just want to see if they interesting. It looks clear, so I'm not gonna be arguing. But I thought they said hold short and runway 25 right. Oh well. Maybe if I had stopped, maybe it would have registered it, I don't know. Okay, let's turn this way. It's a very beautiful Los Angeles by FS Dream Team. I only hate that when you land here, they have this weird thing where you can't see the stuff right, so it looks awful when watching the replays. But generally their scenery is quite good. I'll just keep the lights on for now. We're soon gonna be turning. Maybe not totally optimal, but oh well. The wipers do work right. Well, they work, but not totally. Okay, let's see.
Metro 4003 heavy contact tower on 133.9.
Okay, we got the tower frequency or the handover now.
133.9 Metro 4003 heavy.
Let's have a look at the checklist. Normal. Then we just have the after takeoff. I'll just put on engine. So we have that showing. Metro 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. No, god damn.
Engine start approved. Metro 4003 heavy.
Metro 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff. There we go. Okay, 258 at 7 knots. Some discrepancy in what they are giving us to what we had. But that's fine.
Metro 4003 heavy.
It's actually the first flight I do with the 777 for the freighter version for Metroair. Actually, I haven't done it before. I was thinking of doing the Magnolia Douglas, but they have the MD-11 as well. But I just really wanted a plane that I kind of trust and I know at least most of the time works very well, even if not perfectly. Okay. Wish us good luck. Good luck. Okay, yeah, airspeed is live. That's always good news.
knots.
80 knots. Checked. 100. Slowly reaching up. V1. And that was a 767. On our right, we'll rotate now. Oh, there we go. Let's just make sure. Gear coming up. Gotta pitch down a bit. There's some auto-gen loss around this airport, which I hate, but I haven't been able to fix that yet. Need to look into it again. Looks very good though, with all of LA. I mean, this is so enough for me in terms of how realistic it needs to look. Okay, let's see. We have throttle ref, LNAV, VNAV speed, everything is selected. The only thing we didn't do, now I realized, was setting the altimeter. which was 30.
Departure on 125.2 Metro
Sorry, this one.
4003 heavy. Departure Metro 4003 heavy climbing to 9,000 feet.
So yeah, that was a bit of a miss. I do think I have, yeah, they're connected. So not much gonna happen. And I'm just gonna go on autopilot. I can instead have a look at the clouds. Some variety. Looks pretty okay for being true sky. I prefer the X-plane, kind of the whole how they do it with all the differences, like the, let's call it the framework of the clouds, but I do prefer how these clouds look. Even though I guess the best ones are the 2D ones in terms of real to life.
4003 heavy climbing to 9,000 feet.
Okay, we're climbing to 9,000 feet, we are on flap 0. Are we gonna be receiving any further clearances, or I guess once we reach this one. I would assume that we receive higher, but let's see, my key, nothing yet. Okay, so I guess we'll be kind of in limbo here for a while. Sucks though with the clouds that we can't really see anything around us. None of the nice coast. Still nothing. I'm gonna turn off the landing lights as we're so close to 10,000 feet. Hopefully they haven't forgotten us, but let's see. She is a beauty, I'll give her that. Let's do the banner while we wait. So I have something to use. And I'm gonna actually ask for a
Metro 4003 heavy request climb to flight level 340.
finally.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 Metro 4003 heavy.
Let's see, I think this should be enough. I'm also gonna put, I know it's 18,000, but I'm just gonna put them to standard already so I don't forget to do that. We don't need the passenger signs on, we don't have any passengers in our airplane. I can change these. Fun times. Anything else? I guess what you would do is monitor fuel, but it's such a short flight, I doubt fuel would be an issue. But I guess if you have an error, 'cause we do have maintenance failures on, it's not impossible to imagine. Here we can calculate the landing once we get a bit further. I'm just gonna put this back into the... Okay, it looks like we have some variety in the clouds, that's nice. But yeah, only one layer. I really like more the mega cloud structures of X-Plane 12. I was actually going to do an X-Plane 12 video with the IXEG 737, but since it doesn't work, the throttles don't work with the XUI PC, and you need an older version, I just couldn't be bothered. Okay, let's see, we are climbing, slow and steady. Still have, well, it's not that long to get to San Fran, so it should be quite a quick flight, but let's see. I'm gonna check Windy, see if there's any updates on the weather around San Fran. Now looks like there'll be some clouds, but nothing that dense. How are we off course? Let me have a look actually. We're doing summer. Has there been any changes this summer with Olaf to stocked? Or is there a discrepancy? I don't even know anymore. Seems like we'll align with the course eventually, but for some reason just didn't want to play ball with us there. There we can at least see the... I guess this is San Bernardino, that area. It looks very nice, right? Through Earth representing. Let me change a bit the viewpoint. How many view? Oh, we don't have that many. Let's have a look here. Oh, only 80 nautical miles. Oh, this will be... It's not a long flight. I thought it was a longer one. Looks like pretty good weather though. It's just a bit cloudy.
Resume navigation Metro 4003 heavy.
Oh, you need to upgrade to get the Inibuild A300 working in Microsoft Flight Sim 24. That's interesting. Just saw that there was some patch released. So we're slowly climbing, reaching our top of cruise very shortly. Amazing aircraft, how fast it reaches that the altitude. It's those huge General Electric engines. Interesting that they only have those versions for the freighter. Maybe they were a bit stronger than the rest, or more efficient.
Center on 119.05 Metro 4003 Heavy. Center Metro 4003 Heavy climbing to flight level 340.
Let's see. So we are at our top of cruise. We have quite some ways to go, 84 nautical miles till top of descent according to the app. And it's quite the same here, so that's nice to see that they're aligned. Always a good sign. In terms of our landing, let me just have a look through the init ref. So 30 and 142, that's one suggestion. Then if you do the calculation to just see what we actually get. 28 left. I'm gonna imagine it's dry with a flap config of 30, auto. There's basically no wind. Oh, sorry, I need to do the keyboard one. So 0, 0, 0, 0. There must be some outside air temperature though. 14 degrees. Should be a very easy landing though if we don't have any. 30, 32. Calculate 154. Okay, so this is a bit higher, but then we know kind of what we're playing with. Let's also set this one so that we have it ready if it gets to it, right? Or we will have to change it at 18,000 feet. Oh, I went a bit too eager. What was it? 332, right? There we go. In terms of barrow, that could also be good to check. So I'm gonna assume we don't have the documents popping up here, at least not anytime soon. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna be playing around with these documents. I hate the EFB, it really... I'm just gonna keep as... I'll power it off. Don't want it to crash my game. Look at that, the weather changed. You can see some remnants when it changes, right? These shadows from where there used to be clouds. They'll disappear soon enough, but they do stay for a while. So here, and I guess here, down here, is it Monterey or... And then up behind these hills you'll find San Fran. So we are slowly and steadily getting... oh no, sorry, this is not Monterey. Monterey is forward. Monterey is that, and then it's there in the front. And then if we continue to arrive, we'll get around this. So there's still some ways to go. Sorry, me getting too opportunistic here, or too positive. But we still have double descent very soon, so that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a long descent down, like very one step at a time, so to speak. What else is happening in the world? Nothing that new. I know FS Labs released their A321 for Microsoft Flight Sim 24, but nobody really have seemed to have paid any attention to that. Bit hilarious. I was even trying to look for like videos of people, but it's just... yeah. Seems like most people are not gonna buy it, but let's see. Let's see if there's been any clips on YouTube. I was expecting some of these flight simmers to put out some. I know they did some, what would you call it, some of the pre-release ones, but those are never as interesting. Okay, let's see, we're getting closer and closer to our top of descent. What's the fuel looking? We're getting to Splint. According to the information I have, this is still before, so we're still on the departure. So Splint, we should have around 20.4. Are we a bit below it actually? No, we are exactly at 20.4. That's very good. So fuel wise we are performing as advertised. That's very cool to see actually. I really like
Center on 12.21
California from above.
Metro
It looks
4003 heavy.
it's really a marvel to look at. A very nice
Center Metro 4003
geography.
heavy at flight level 340.
Are we now at Monterey? Let me check. No, or no. We're still quite a bit down. We're more at like Morro Bay, Polytechnic State University, that area. Okay, that's good.
Expect the SURF report arrival with the SURF for transition for the ILS approach to runway 28.
Yeah,
The
we
heavy
have the
transition
ILS
Metro
info set.
4003 heavy.
Now let's actually do the barrow. ILS 28 left.
Center on 119.05
213.
Metro 4003 heavy.
So I'm just gonna pull back the barrow to
Center
2.
Metro 4003 heavy at flight level 340.
We can go up a tiny bit. That one should be off. I don't know why these have been on. My mistake actually. Totally missed those. Always a bit awkward. Let's see, what clearance did we get to descend? That's interesting info. Okay, no clearance to Howlow. So let's wait and see if we get anything. I mean, we'll be going pretty low, 18 or 1,800, so I'm just gonna put that in already. I am assuming that ATC will give us landing clearance pretty quickly. Sorry, landing clearance will give us descent clearance pretty quickly down to 8,000. But maybe not that low, they'll give us to like 4,000. They usually keep the really low ones for when you get closer. Or at least Pilot ATC does that. Oh yeah, we forgot to put these one on, the time thingy, the clock. But oh well. We have around 20 minutes left in total time, so that's pretty good, I would say. This is quite a good flight, short. A bit longer than some flights. My favorite in terms of time is just Helsinki to Stockholm. It's a very good flight in that regard. This plane does look beautiful though, I'll give them that. They did a good job with this one, PMDG, back when it was released. I'm a bit surprised though that it didn't get that cockpit upgrade and stuff. But, oh well. I really need to expand my US photo reel. I don't have enough. Oh, 6,000 feet. Interesting. So a bit higher. Well, not too surprising. It was either 4 or 6 we were gonna get, but yeah. Let's put 6,000 for now.
Center on 128.7 Metro 4003 heavy.
Because I have all of like Southwest US, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, then the
Center
truered
Metro
coast.
4003 heavy and flight level 340.
But like Idaho would be nice. Jesus Christ though, now that I think of it, Yellowstone, that's so far away. I'm just thinking of that movie, right? 2012. Weren't they in Yellowstone? They made it seem like Yellowstone is like outside of LA. Basically more like they went to the Yosemite or some other park, but yeah. Because that's a long ass road trip, right? How many kilometers are we talking about going from LA to 1,400 kilometers? That's crazy amount. I could maybe do 500-600 a day. Just trying myself, right? In terms of kilometers. And what's that? That's like 7 hour, 8 hours drive. Some breaks. No, Jesus Christ, it's so unrealistic. Wait, I would want to get Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. And then maybe going down into the, you know, I would want to connect at Illinois. Because I have some for real around New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware. There's so many states there to get. Pennsylvania, all of those I still don't have, or Pennsylvania I still don't have, and then Maryland, that's kind of, so there's some potential there to get some more destinations. I really don't fly where there isn't for the real, apart from where there's the Orbex regions, that I can accept, kind of like the best in class, land class. Okay, it looks pretty good. We are descending as planned. We have a plane coming to our right, but at a higher altitude. We're not gonna be able to see it, it's probably too big of a... Yeah, it's already past us. And we can't see any contrail, so that sucks a bit. I think the hazing effect looks pretty good though on the ground. I think the ground with this kind of nice for real, like true earth, this looks very good.
Center on 126.9 or Metro 4003 heavy.
Okay, let's see if
Center
we're...
Metro 4003 heavy descending
he's doing his
to
job.
6,000 feet.
What else is happening in the world? India's economy is slowing down. But they're still pretty big. They're the 5th largest economy. Probably go past Japan next year or the year after that. And then Germany, not too far after that. Interesting times ahead. Crazy that Sweden is 23rd on this list. Feels like such a small country, but a huge economy. Size-wise, at least. Or I guess it's not that small, Sweden, but it's like population almost 11 million. So not too bad. Okay, let's see. So I think here, yeah, this one should be Monterey. Let's see how long is left now. 17 minutes. Okay, so we're not really having it tick down as fast as I thought, but slowly and steadily. We're not descending that fast either, to be honest, but yeah, it's a bit of a slugfest now. How's the 777X doing? 2026 introduction, so not even introduced next year. Jesus Christ. 4 number built. How can it's taken this long? It's delayed with like 7 years. Oh, and Lufthansa has revised their estimate to early 2027 as the launch customer. Jesus. It's gonna be an old aircraft by the time it's released. Damn. I see new commercial aircraft in development. Is there any?
Center on 127.45 Metro 4003 Heavy. Center Metro 4003 Heavy descending to 6,000 feet.
6,000 feet. Yeah. It seems like we're kind of bulletproof in terms of having to get new sims for new aircraft, because Airbus is saying late 2030s for the next aircraft. We're talking 10 to 15 years time frame. So unless you're hell-bent on flying the Neo, you could even do P3D. And I guess there's the Aerosoft ones. Not sure they're gonna work going forward, but let's see. Let's check a bit though, because we've been flying now. Descent, no, we'll do the auto brake 2. We've done that, debriefing, yeah, just land I guess. We do approach, we've done the altimeters. And then all of these ones, speed brakes can be armed, so we have something going for us. What about the systems generally? Gear looks good. Flight controls, nothing. Air looks correct. Hydraulics. I guess it looks fine. Engine, small discrepancy, but does look to be performing well. So that's very good news. And here we have finally, we're flying over Monterey. Been thinking we were much closer than we were, but down there we have it. Let's see, it's not long now though. We're talking like less than 80 nautical miles. We're soon at 18,000 feet as well. Anything else? I think we're ready. With these modern ones, so many things take care of themselves. That's always quite relaxing. I just wish I had a bit more time, because I would really want to fly more like the Feelies in X-Plane and some of these older ones. But I haven't had like any longer times. I usually have around 2 hours to do a flight. Usually it's very late after working most of the day and a lot of overtime. So it's not always easy to even find time for these shorter ones, but I do try to get them done from time to time. Yeah, flying over beautiful California. Isn't that the song in OC? That was a big series when I was young. Way back. Back when trends such as heroin chic was popular. Okay, what's happening now? Are we seeing some new clouds coming in? Or is it just a reflection from all of that? Some mist or something, let's see. Could be that we don't have any clouds. I'm actually gonna check that. Clear below 20,000 feet, okay. And now we're at 18,000, so we can go to our pre-selected altimeter. We don't want to open it again. Anything else that we need to prep? Don't think so. Me just fiddling with all these different stuff. I'm actually gonna put this to 1800 because otherwise I'm gonna forget it just at the end, or we're gonna get called for it very late. Pa, pa, pa. The A330 though do look very good by any builds. If I would get Microsoft Flight Sim 24, I would have to upgrade my internet though as well. But I'm not gonna get it. God, I always talk myself out of it just because I have thousands of planes. I don't need thousands more. Don't need a third sim. I guess it would have been if X-Plane really was a letdown, but I feel it's becoming better and better. I did decrease some graphics settings now, so I hope my future videos will be without any stuttering. But it's a hard ask, right? Because you know, now I basically removed MSAA anti-aliasing, even though I have like the GPU seems to work, but for some reason I don't know, it's just not optimized well enough, which makes me a bit sad. Okay, we are coming down for a landing soon enough, soon at 10,000 feet. It's a bit of a boring route per se when we did this, because we're basically just flying quite straight, just following the stars and the SID of course once we departed. But not gonna complain, not gonna complain. Okay, about 40 nautical miles. In actual estimated time, we're talking about 8 minutes. So we're gonna be there real soon. And there we have San Jose. I really want to get that. They have I'm just gonna quickly check. I think there's a San Jose by Orbex, maybe an older one by Imagine Sim, but it's not as good looking. But then you have the Orbex one, which looks pretty good, and the only reason why I haven't gotten it is because I haven't felt the need to. I really like this hand thing, looks really nice. Would be nice with some different. Same with the Oakland one. I have a Freeware one, but I never kind of fly there. It's not my favorite. Some weird loading going on there. Okay, we are reaching 10,000 feet. Landing lights on. We also have to remember to turn on the other lights soon enough. We really need to start braking though. Let me have a look at the VNAV settings actually. Yeah, now it's coming into effect. The speed transition to 240 knots. That will add a bit of extra time.
Approach on 128.32 Metro 4003 Heavy.
Still around 7 minutes.
Approach Metro 4003 Heavy descending to 6,000 feet.
And we will continue descent.
Continue descent via the Surf before arrival, for the ILS approach to runway 28 left with the eddy transition Metro 4003 Heavy.
Interesting that you don't have the that shows kind of the vertical descent on this one like you have on the 737. I really like that feature. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with that area. It looks very different. Could it just be bad kind of placement of the buildings? Maybe some alpha channel that was not properly done. They're saying drag required. Not too surprised to be honest. Let's see if we can go to flaps 1. So we don't have to use the speed brake, but let's see. Okay, there we go, flap 1. Flap 5. Okay, here we come, San Francisco. One of my favorite airports to fly into. It's a very beautiful approach. The only sucky part is that the approach is where you have to pay the most attention. Even though you might wanna, you know, look around, take in the pretty nice views. But of course the landing is kind of the most fun part of the flight. Yeah, we have clearance, that's good.
Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 28 left with the Eddy transition Metro 4003 Heavy.
What's the VNAV saying? We are descending. Drag required. It's still saying that, but where's the... Is there like a prog page? There, the prog page. Drag required. I think we'll be fine without drag actually. We might be a bit high. But we should survive, let's see. Drag required. Can always drop bar. Okay, I'm gonna add some speed brake anyway. Yes, another option would be to put out the gears to get some drag. I'll put on the lights. I'll do all of them just so we have that ready. Anything else? No, we need to remember the APU at some point. Okay, we're coming in to land. The airport is just straight there ahead. Very beautiful kind of here by the sea. You can also see here, it's a very, very nice approach. It's very sunny out there. So let's see how this all plays out.
Altimeter is 3032 tower on 120.5 Metro 4003 Heavy.
I'm gonna drop the gears already. That should create some drag.
Tower Metro 4003 Heavy inbound for ILS approach runway 28 left.
They still want drag. Speed brake extended, that is correct.
ILS approach to runway 28 left will call when established on final Metro 4003 Heavy.
I'm gonna activate the approach as well. We're looking relatively good in terms of glide slope. Maybe a bit higher than I would want. Kind of on point otherwise. The question is, will we be able to really kinda... I'm gonna arm the speed brake. And I'm gonna disconnect the auto throttles. And I'm gonna really start slowing down. I'm gonna take manual control. So let's see if we can get this bird to slow down. I'm actually going to descend a bit so we can start to arrest the descent a bit. Metro 4003 Heavy, established on final. Okay, let's push up a bit.
Cleared to land runway 28 left Metro 4003 Heavy.
Let's go to flaps 10. Almost dive and driving here basically. Let's go to flaps full. Add a bit of thrust. 1000. Yeah. Looks like we're pretty good here though now. Went a bit low there. Trying to bleed off that speed. Let's try to get back on the path. Four hundred.
300. Approaching minimums. 2 minimums.
We're a bit slow maybe. Continue. 100.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go, we'll retard the throttles. A bit late. We didn't float really, but we kind of just descended extremely slow. Full throttle or full reverse. Let's see now. Manual braking, thrust reverse off, speed brakes and flaps. I'm gonna start the APU as well. Don't think we're supposed to turn here, but we are gonna do it anyway to wrap this up. Metro 4003 Heavy, ready to taxi.
Metro 4003 Heavy contact San Francisco. Ground on 121.8 for taxi clearance.
So a very
Metro
smooth
4003
landing.
Heavy.
I think I'll just park here, just to save us some time. You can remove the auto brake completely. Let's have a look at the... So the APU is starting, that's always good to see. It's such a fun plane to fly, I really like. This is weird though, I hate this. I need to have a look at that, how to fix the runway issue. But yeah, landing lights can go off, same with strobe. Should have had seatbelt signs on, but oh well. Can't win them all. Let's turn here to the right. I really like San Francisco, it's my favorite flight beam airport. Or it's kind of, I guess, tied with Denver. I really like Denver as well. The only problem I have with this one is the kind of the problem with the True Earth. I don't like that, I would hope. And I don't wanna, I think they had some suggestions, but then you're disabling basically all the surrounding areas. And yeah, it wasn't the best. Let's see here. I think those are some bigger ones. Not sure if this is actually cargo or if this is more for just aircrafts. Like extra gates for the Ryanairs of North America. I was gonna say Southwest, but I guess they are a bit nicer in terms of in terms of class, but good, we made it. Metroair Logistics, we did it. Shutting engine right and left. Yeah, that's good. We can close the pilot to ADC. We can have a look at our landing. 166. So pretty good. And my pirate was filed and accepted. That's nice to see. So what we can do, I don't know why I opened the door, to be honest, since we didn't use pack X. What we can do is have a look at the, we should go a bit further back. 300 should do the trick. So here's the approach. Looked pretty good here at the end. I was maybe a bit too cautious, if we're being honest about my performance. Getting the good landing, or the butter, as you would say in the flight sim community, is not always worth the risk of floating, or in this case mainly descending is super slow at the end. I mean, look at this, we are coming down, right? But it's just super slow. And there we go. So almost, we're basically a bit late, but it's fine. We were not that heavy. Long runway as well. So it all went good. But yeah, and here we arrived at San Francisco. Lovely airport. Seems to be a big hub for United. I usually see a lot of United aircrafts here. So could be that it is. I haven't looked into that, but I assume it is. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let's see what I fly next. And yeah, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. But otherwise, until next time. Bye bye.